they had this competition with it, and a lot of people competed, but the judges thought both Ghiberti and Brunelleschi had done a wonderful job, and so they said, we don't know what to do here. We're going to make you guys. You guys can each do half of the panels. And Brunelleschi was appalled and said, well, if I'm not named the winner, I'm not going to do it. So it looks like, the way they first look at it is that okay, there's a zero-sum game. Ghiberti won, Brunelleschi lost. But what Brunelleschi then did was he thought, what other contribution can I make that will be worthwhile in the world? He did a little touring of some of the architectural greats in Rome and other places. And he came back and he competed and won the assignment to build a Duomo. And so the way that I end that story is that in the short run, there are losers, but more often than not, in the long run, everyone can be winners in this process of creative destruction. And that's optimistic, but I think there's a lot of truth to it.
Yeah, I think, especially when you look across generations, in any one generation, there are people whose fates don't turn out well. The competitive process turns against them. Consumers turn against them. They might lose out on just a change in tastes that has nothing to do with justice, or their hard efforts. But allowing resources to flow to their most valued use, which is the ideal of a competitive market economy, allows the next generation and much of the current generation to thrive because there's more available.
I've heard you make that argument, and I think it's a plausible argument. But I think you can make a stronger argument. I don't think you have to argue for openness to creative destruction based on, we're going to put it to you, but your children are going to be better. I think we can say your children are going to be better, and most of the time you're going to be better too. I think if we have what I call a robustly redundant job market, and there's things we can do to make that more likely, then people who lose their jobs will themselves find jobs that are as good or better in their lifetime, and not just have to have the hope that their children will be better, which is a reasonable a reasonable point to make. But I think we can make the even stronger point that the odds are pretty good that they'll be better off in this process.